Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. We have Tess snoring, we have the dog who's keeping an eye on me here, and it's a wild and windy day outside, a bit of autumn in the air at last, so a bit of a change in the air, and I am going to be looking at some changes that might be taking place in the royal family in the near future, using the New Palladini Tarot. And a rather distasteful subject, but the world seems to be full of distasteful subjects at the moment. And this is the half in, half out story that we've been hearing, that once the Queen has passed, she's out the way, and she obviously is viewed as an obstacle to the return of Harry and Meghan. Then, of course, Prince Charles will welcome them back as half in, half out royals. And it sounds that they are trying to persuade Prince Charles that this is something that he should accept. Of course, the slimmed down monarchy was going to always be Charles and William and Harry, then Harry upped and offed. But now very loud talk of Harry and Meghan coming back as half working royals, I guess for the big events, the glamorous ones, Trooping the Colour, Memorial, Sunday, Christmas, that walk back from the church, all of those kinds of things, coronations and so on. But the tedious duties, the standing in the rain, meeting veterans, meeting Women's Institute, abandoned animals, animal shelters, all of that kind of thing, that tedious work, as I say, not for Harry and Meghan. They will be back in the US making shows for Netflix. So they seem to think that that's a winning deal, a winning idea. Prince Charles seems to be wavering from the weird stories that come and go. We've had the lease at Frogmore renewed, apparently. All kinds of weird things going on. As I say, weather is changing here. The weather might be changing there as well. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross using the New Palladini Tarot, and I'm going to have a look at this half in, half out thing. I'm going to look at it from Prince Charles's point of view. I'm not looking at it from William's point of view, or the Queen's point of view, or Harry and Meghan's point of view. Purely from Prince Charles's point of view. He seems to be the one with the deciding vote in future. And as I say, very unpleasant talking about these kinds of things when we still have a Queen very much present. She was out and about again, seems to have recovered from her dose of the dread disease, and fortunately, mercifully, out she is. And so let's have a look and see. From Prince Charles's point of view, what's going on? Is he being somewhat blackmailed with that book that Harry is writing into agreeing to this? Does he really want it? What happened in the past with Megxit? We know. We're just going to check in again with that. What will be happening in the future? How does Charles really feel towards Harry and Meghan right now? What pressure is he under from the public? Those opinion polls in the Express newspaper, devastating. Almost 100% saying no, we don't want Harry and Meghan back in any shape or form. So he's got his work cut out, Prince Charles, if he wants to make this happen. And if he cares about public opinion, maybe he doesn't. And looky, who's on the underlying energy here? The devil. There she is. Smoke coming out of her claws in this depiction of her. And I say her advisedly because she does have a female attribute in this depiction. And so there she is. It's all about her, of course, all about the devil. Let's just remind everyone, tarot reading for entertainment purposes. And then let's get on with the actual Celtic cross. And the heart of the matter, from Prince Charles's point of view, is the Ace of Pentacles, the brand new start. A brand new start, of course, is going to be his reign. He wants it to be successful. He wants it to last a long, long time. I hear you all sighing with despair in the background there. Not many want it to last a long, long time, sadly for Prince Charles, but he wants it to be a long and glorious reign with that pentacle in his hand and that kind of a road. It's a bit of a watery road stretched out ahead of him. And but it is all about money. And there's lots of chatter around Prince Charles and money, of course, cash for access, all of those kinds of things. Lots of criticism of the Prince's trust as well. But money at the heart of all of this. Money, long-term planning, long-term goals, long journeys. This is a strategic goal. This is something being long in his sights as his slimmed down monarchy. He doesn't want the Yorks, definitely. I think he'd like to boot Sophie and Edward as well if he could possibly. That's my personal opinion. What's left? The devil is what's left. Oh dear, sometimes it's very hard to be a royal watcher. So the challenge for Prince Charles with this goal of his is the Page of Cups. The apology card, always the Page of Cups for me. That's the first thing that usually comes to mind when I see it, unless I'm reading about pregnancies and children, in which case it has that energy as well. But the Page of Cups is usually some kind of an offer, a wooing. He's got to woo the public. And there is a tarot reader that I used to watch on YouTube who talks about the smelly fish in a cup. If you're going to offer someone something, don't offer them a fish in a cup. Do better. And Prince Charles really is going to have to do a whole lot better than that smelly fish in a cup if he is going to win the public over, if he's going to persuade the public that this is really a good idea. He seems to be hell-bent on it with that Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry to say, but we'll see how the public feel about it. I know how most of you feel about it. You are very adamant in the comments on this channel. But hidden energy, I want to know, is Prince Charles being blackmailed in some way with that book hanging like the sword of Damocles over him? If you don't let us back, I'm going to release the hounds of hell. We get the world. And the world is publicity on a global scale. Everybody's going to hear about it. So I do think so. Even though the world is a very successful card, it's a very positive card generally. It's the successful completion of something, the final chapter of a book, and then you slam the book closed and you go and you get another book to read. The world is also about spreading messages around, everybody hearing, everybody reading, everybody watching on the news, everybody reading the thing that's serialized in the Daily Mail, or whoever's going to get the rights to this book. It is a worry for Prince Charles with that World card. It is a worry that it is going to go public, this book, and it could end things. Literally, the World is one of the ending cards. It's usually a positive and a happy ending, but it could just be an ending that Prince Charles doesn't want, and maybe he wants to end the book. And I did see in a reading that I did, I think it's reading number 300 on this channel, that there is a possibility that the book may not see the light of day. It was quite a surprising reading. I think it was 300. And there is a lot in this card, in this World card. Definitely the book is a big issue for him because it's major arcana. We've got some big cards coming out in this reading actually with the World and the Ace of Pentacles. And of course, the Devil herself sitting there underlying everything, colouring everything. That's what an underlying energy does in a reading. It colours all the cards of the readings, gives them that rather smoky, sulphurous smell in this case. So, the goal, Prince Charles, is this what he wants? Consciously, does he want Harry back? 5 of Rods? I don't think so. A lot of conflict around this. It's something that is very problematic for him because it's caused a lot of conflict in the family. The 5 of Rods, the 5 of Wands, equally known, also known as, is about conflict within a group, struggling, jockeying for position. Really, clambering, stamping on people's toes as you climb the ladder and try and get higher and higher up. It's ambition, it's conflict, it's sparring with people, but usually within a group, within a company, within a family. And so there it is. It's something that he's not comfortable with, he's not happy with. He knows that it's going to cause conflict, and it has already caused enormous amounts of conflict. And so this isn't his dream in life. It is was part of his long-term strategic planning, because I think he thought that it would consolidate his position, it would secure his position. Pentacles is about stability, or about stability. I apologize for the grammatical gaffe. Rather hard to do these readings off the cuff like this and not make gaffes. But he was hoping he could count on Harry for support. He knows that he's not popular. Prince Harry, a few years ago, was the popular one, and now not so much. So let's see in the past, and by past, let's go back to Megxit, where this half in, half out thing was broached, and hearty no was told, there it is, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It destabilized everything. Half in, half out. No, you can't. You're going to have to let go of that idea, because the Four of Pentacles in reverse is about letting go of something that you counted on, you relied on as being very stable, very solid, very secure, and it didn't work out for Harry and Meghan, and off they had to go. And how is it going to go in future, in near future? What are we going to be hearing, reading, noticing? People are saying follow the breadcrumbs. It's all there out in the media if you want to see it. What are we going to be seeing? Oh my, the Four of Wands. It's a card that was on my mind as I was looking at that Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Rods, the Four of Wands. Welcome back. Can it be? The yellow brick road. Back to the palace with a celebration. The Four of Wands is all about celebration, happy home, stability, welcome home, triumphal return. It's rather sickening to see that card there. But that could be something we see in the near future, the return of Harry and Meghan. Will they be bringing the Netflix camera crew with them? Will they be pelted with rotten eggs as they drive along that road towards Windsor Castle? Are the decorators already in? The Queen is still there, but have Harry and Meghan sent the decorators? So Charles, how does he really feel about Harry and Meghan right now? We know about the actual half in, half out. He knows that it's going to cause a lot of conflict, has already caused a lot of conflict. How does he view them personally right now? Does he want them around? Knight of Wands in reverse. No, he doesn't want them around. Although the Knight of Wands is the traveling card, it's the moving home card. When it's upright, it's moving away, off on your big adventure. When it's in the reverse, home you come, in a bit of a shambles, really. The Knight of Wands went off and had his big adventure, and it didn't work out, and home he comes, skulking back, tail between his legs. The Knight of Wands is a rather unpleasant energy when he's in the reverse. Unreliable, erratic, hot-headed, bad-tempered. Who are we talking about? He's usually got red hair. Can't see it in this one because he's wearing his armor. But there he is. He's back. He's back. Prince Charles doesn't look forward to him coming back, I can tell you that. He dreads it. He dreads the drama, the tantrums, the trouble, the highs and lows of it all, because the Knight of Wands in the reverse is a very volatile energy, very unreliable, erratic energy. You can't count on him to stick around for anything, so he may be enticed back for some kind of Jubilee celebrations, and hopefully that Four of Wands is just Harry's going to show up and get his little spot on the balcony. I wonder if the devil will be there with him and stamping her hoof. But the Knight of Wands in reverse, Prince Charles really, he knows what he's dealing with. Of course he knows. He's the father of the Knight of Wands. I'm just going to shift the camera a little bit, so or hang on to your chairs and don't get seasick as we move around. There we go. But there's the Knight of Wands in the reverse. That is Prince Harry in a nutshell, that card, that character. It is absolutely who he is. Prince Charles knows what he's dealing with. He does know what he's dealing with. And no illusions. Public. What pressure is Prince Charles under from the public? Those express opinion polls, the Magician in the reverse. Public don't want this. They don't want this manifested. They don't want to be tricked. They don't want PR put out, that Page of Cups. They don't want it. They're not going to buy it. No matter how hard, whatever trickery is used to try and persuade the public that this is a good thing. We need to have this erratic knight back in our midst. so we can protect our legacy and have this long and prosperous reign that we've always wanted. Not so much magician in reverse. The public is saying, nah, you're not going to fool us. We're not going to buy it. Thank you, but no thank you. It's not what we want. It's major arcana in the reverse, and they're not going to fall for it. They literally are not going to fall for it. Prince Charles needs it, he thinks, even though he sees the danger of it. And we have the devil right there, sitting there, very loud and proud in this reading. He knows, but he thinks that it is his only way of getting that Ace of Pentacles. That's what's going on here, very clearly. How foolish is he going to be? Let's see. Hopes and fears for Prince Charles in all of this. Six of Pentacles. He fears that this is going to be a disaster in terms of giving and having the whole, what's the saying? I just get Jaws, kind of. You stick your hand in the water and the next minute Jaws comes along and chomps half your body off. That's the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, rather a gruesome image. I don't know where that came from. But the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Prince Charles fears that he's going to be taken for a ride with this pair. That he's going to give and give and give and give and give, and it's never going to be enough, and they're just going to demand more and more and more. And if he gives in to one demand, a tiara here, a title there, then the next minute Meghan and Harry will be sitting on the throne with him, and as I say, the decorators will be at Windsor Castle, and Camilla and he will be back at Buckingham Palace, and Megs will be hanging out the window at Windsor Castle waving to the flights coming in from New York. So the outcome for, and I'm scared to look, quite honestly, but the outcome of this half in, half out thing, current energy, of course, energy changes. Ooh. It is going to break his heart if he lets them back in. They are going to break his heart. They are going to behave dreadfully. They are going to betray him. They are going to disappoint him. They are going to devastate him. It is really going to be an epic disaster. And we are talking about Prince Charles here, and there's three of them. There's Harry and Meghan and Prince Charles. It's going to end in tears for Prince Charles if he lets them back in. Betrayal, pain, huge amounts of pain. If they are let back in with this, even this little chink, this glimmer, come back, you can stand there in the balcony and you're at the Trooping the Colour in June. It's going to end very, very badly for Prince Charles. He knows, but he may have to learn a very, very painful lesson, and it's so painful, and I'm so stunned to see that card that I'm going to prolong our agony and ask for a clarifier for that Three of Swords. We're talking about the Three of Swords. We're reading from Prince Charles's point of view. Can you tell me how the public is going to react to this? That's Prince Charles's devastation and disappointment. How is the public going to react if Harry and Meghan show up back in the royal family, but back for the highlights only? The highlights are real and not there to do the actual work. How's it going to go for the public? Do you want to tell us? If you don't want to tell us, I'll close the reading. I think maybe the public has already spoken. I think that the public has already spoken, but I'm being guided to look at the bottom of the deck, which I've just turned over, and I get the Sun in reverse. It's going to go very badly for Prince Charles if he lets them back in. No surprise. I mean, that's, I think, why the tarot thought, you silly woman, why are you asking us? You already know. The Sun in reverse, it is going to be very, very bad. He's going to lose power, he's going to lose status, he's going to be very unhappy, and it's just all really going to cast a huge shadow over his reign. So there it is, but it does seem as if it's in the offing. So brace yourselves. This journey, which we all thought was going to be over a few years ago, looks like it could just drag on and on. Anyway, that's the reading. I'll see you on the next one.